ZBCN Network and Uphold have a game-changing partnership. I'm just going to get right into it. So, ZBCN Network have a really close tie with Uphold because Uphold, the biggest wallet of ZBCN, that hold over 100 million tokens. They're in charge of Zebec's treasury. But at first, I thought Uphold was an exchange, and I was looking on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, and I could not find anything about the rankings of Uphold. But then I realized that they're not an exchange because they don't have an order book. Just take a look at this clip from their X Space of the CEO of Uphold. Explain that. Take a look at this.
And, we're not an exchange. People forget that we're not an exchange. We don't have an order book. We're connected to 32 different trading venues. Half of them are DEXs. And we poll the entire market every 10 milliseconds for the best pricing and the best liquidity. So it's a model that works very hard on customers' behalf, and brokers and banks who are plugging into this space come to us because we're not relying on a single order book. We can give them a great price in the market and a very consistent and reliable service that doesn't rely on one exchange.
Uphold, very favorable platform for XRP, because I remember when I was an XRP holder, when Ripple got sued by the SEC, XRP got delisted on Coinbase and Binance, and Uphold showed great support. Uphold have a link with XRP as well because they are one of the biggest holders of XRP, and they're also one of the biggest holders of ZBCN. They definitely hold 100 million tokens, and the CEO of Uphold confirms that. Also, they're one of the only platforms in the US that sell ZBCN, and after they listed ZBCN, Upholds are very top volume exchange for people buying ZBCN. But take a look at this clip.
Token and project has resonated very, very strongly with that user base. Today we hold, I think it's around 100 million zebec, and since we launched it, I think we're first to launch in the US, and I think we're still the only place you can buy zebec in the US in terms of a CeFi venue. Since we launched it, it's gone up by more than 500% in value, and I think it fits very strongly with the buy and hold a token and support a project that you truly believe in. So it's been one of our most successful launches this year, and it underlines we love these kind of projects because they're about blockchain as infrastructure to update the financial system. They're not just...
So we finally got an update on what was going on with this screenshot and their little teaser video of the NBA and the NHL. And it is confirmed that they are working with 6 different teams, and apparently they're going to be on TV in front of 30 million people. This will help them get more onboard users because they are going to promote their crypto cards and payment solutions. But take a look at this.
So Zebec and Uphold will be working with 6 teams across professional hockey and basketball this year. You're going to see activations throughout the stadiums and on TV for over 30 million viewers at home as well. This is going to give both of our brands unprecedented reach during a time when Americans are more interested in crypto-based solutions than they've ever been. Milwaukee, Las Vegas, Atlanta, St. Louis, Detroit, and Minneapolis, representing over 20 million people in their respective metro areas. So we're talking about very, very big reach for both of our brands. And we're also thinking to take it to the next level beyond just in-stadium advertising, but to introduce crypto payments within the stadiums by bringing official crypto cards or wallet-based tools to help us onboard more users into the Zebec and Uphold ecosystems.
Another key point in this space was the CEO of Uphold, Simon, was saying that in the next 12 months, because there's a lot more regulation coming in, there's going to be a lot more users buying crypto for the first time. He estimates about 20 to 30 million people buying crypto, but there's going to be a huge shift. But take a look at this.
In the era of mass adoption, we reckon that about between 30 and 50 million Americans are going to buy crypto for the first time over the next 12 months. So this is about showing up in iconic venues. It builds brand, it builds recognition, and it builds credibility for both partnerships. And we're really proud to be working with Zebec because it's the kind of project that we want to be introducing and known for as a trading platform. We don't want to be known for meme coins and that kind of stuff. We want to be known for serious projects solving real problems. And doing our first outdoor advertising ourselves this year in London. And
they have hinted in talks with Ripple and apparently working on a product launch together. But Simon says that Uphold and Zebec are working on a product launch together. In their little teaser, they put their payroll streaming app, which is the super app I would assume, and then Uphold's app of showing XRP. So, working on a product launch together. I don't want to spread rumors, but it kind of seems coincidental. But take a look at this.
Now, in terms of exciting news outside of the NBA and NHL arena, we have have a lot planned between Zebec and Uphold. One of the campaigns that we are going to be introducing later this year is one that is aimed directly at bringing payroll funds on chain through Uphold. So stay tuned for that. In early October, we will be announcing details there. And beyond that, we are looking at a potential product launch together too, which we're hoping will come to fruition by the end of the year. Of course, we've been in talks with Ripple for the past few months on a product launch, which we're working on with them as well. And more will be revealed on that when we are ready.
Zebec's technology is about stablecoin payroll. They are basically like the financial rails for stablecoins to be able to move freely on their network so people can get paid in like USDC. Other stablecoins pegged to the dollar, pegged to the euro. They just make sure that their financial rails move smoothly. They built the technology, but the institutions can just integrate with them. So as you can tell, near the end of September, we have two things that are happening. They're going to be MiCA compliant and they're going to Frankfurt, Germany, which is a SWIFT conference. And Simon hints that all Unity, the euro-backed stablecoin, the EURAU, backed by Deutsche Bank, that is just the tip of the iceberg. And they are in talks with bigger institutional partnerships at the Cybus event. But take a look at this.
Yeah, we're really proud to see it because it is a vote of confidence in what Zebec has built. And at the end of the day, Zebec is an infrastructure provider, right? So we provide the rails for these bank-backed stablecoins to be successful in their mission to move finance flows on chain. So all Unity and Deutsche Bank is really just one of the first. Our team is going to Frankfurt next week and we'll be attending the Cybos conference, which is the SWIFT annual conference. There are many leading institutions out there, banks and payments companies, which we are already in talks with. So we're expecting to see more announcements like this coming very soon.
ZBCN network focuses on stablecoin payroll, so they fit into that stablecoin narrative. There's crypto giants like Ripple, and I think that stablecoins is going to hit $1 trillion market because banks and institutions are focused on stablecoins because things like the Genius Act coming out, banks can issue their own backed stablecoins like Circle with USDC, pegged to the dollar, backed by treasuries, or Unity quite recently being pegged to the euro. You know, the European Central Bank is rolling out their digital euro, and I've heard that there's going to be a digital pound in the UK. You know, banks are looking to issue their central bank digital currency. The CEO of Uphold thinks that there's going to be an 80 trillion financial shift into this market. Banks and financial institutions are getting a lot more confident in investing into the crypto market, mainly stablecoins. But take a look at this.
What do you see as the biggest opportunities for mass adoption in the next 12 to 18 months? I'm super curious to know what you view those biggest opportunities to be.
I think the biggest opportunities are quite simply tier 2 banks in the US, large brokers who haven't adopted crypto until now. They realize that there's an $80 trillion wealth transfer coming, and that wealth is going to a digital native generation who will expect them to offer a lot of these on-chain services and digital assets as a matter of course. And they're behind where they should be because crypto has been a pariah technology because of perverse political sentiment.
Finally, I'm going to end it off with this last clip of Simon, the CEO of ZBCN, saying that there's a lot of good things to be excited about. Banks are getting involved. ZBCN and Uphold. Uphold's been around for 12 years. I don't know how long ZBCN has been around, maybe 5 years. They've been building this technology for years, especially ZBCN. They were the original builders of stablecoin payroll. Even if another company does what ZBCN is doing, ZBCN was the first, and they've gone through their compliance check, SOC 2, market compliance, FCA approval, and ISO 222, rolling out in November 2025. I'm pretty sure with their compliance firm Gatenox, which ZBCN have bought, they are hitting their milestones on time. They are ready for the financial shift. Take a look at this.
Well, I would echo what Simon said. Banking is moving on chain, particularly in the US, post-Genius Act, and with regulatory clarity, lots of institutions are now waking up to crypto. And both Zebec and Uphold have been building this future financial system on chain for years. Our services work in tandem together, and they plug into legacy Web 2 systems, whether they are traditional banks or traditional payroll companies. This gives us the ability to scale and achieve mass adoption for crypto faster than anyone used to think was possible. So the future is really bright, and I'm extremely excited for what's next with Zebec and Uphold's partnership. Of course, we have a very exciting sports campaign this fall, among other things. So keep your eyes out for announcements from both of us.
Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.